So even though Jurassic World might have been my most anticipated ride, I think the thing I was most looking forward to today is the Studio Tram Tour, which is what this park started off as. So unlike the Orlando park, which was built from the ground up as a theme park, this place was originally just the studios. And then in the 60s, they added the tour, and then the theme park rides came after that. So really, this is what the park is all about, is the tram tour, seeing behind the scenes of the Backlot and how some of your favorite movies were made. Now, this is the best year to be doing the studio tour because it's celebrating its 60th anniversary this year. So I don't know if they've changed some things up for the anniversary or what, but still, it's pretty special to be doing it during such an important milestone.
Welcome to Universal. This tour is celebrating its 60th anniversary. What a time to take the tour. So good to have all of you. I'm Heather, your guide. We got Jacob at the wheel. We're going to take care of you. So just kick back, relax, enjoy the ride. On July 15th, 1964, the first of our red and white candy-striped glamour trams took 67 passengers on a 2-hour driving tour of the lot, and the world-famous studio tour was born. We started with 2 guides, 2 drivers, and a ticket seller working out of a booth on Lankershim Boulevard. From there, we expanded, adding attractions like the Burning House and the Rock Slide. Both were in this part of the lot back in the 70s and 80s. In the 80s, this was the Preview Center, which included the Special Effects Show, which was co-hosted by Robert Wagner on video. So a little tour history for you on the right side.
Well, inside the Soundstages that surrounds us, we can create any kind of environment the script demands.
For the past 60 years, studio tour visitors have driven right by these buildings, and inside these walls, the sets from your favorite TV shows and movies have transported audiences anywhere the imagination can take you.
Sitcoms in this area a lot. Nowadays, we film every kind of TV show. Ted Danson just shot a classic spy, a new show that will be on Netflix later this year. See if I can get him up here to say hi. Chris? I think we're past this stage. Yeah, Jacob was nice enough to tell me the red light had come on while we were passing by. That meant they started filming as we were driving past. So we always get off the microphone as soon as we can there. We're actually on a street that's about to take us to maybe the most famous area on our backlot. We call it Courthouse Square. It's better known and recognized as Hill Valley from Back to the Future.
Welcome to the Courthouse Square. These sets were used to create Hill Valley in the Back to the Future films.
And they represented multiple time periods.
And we're coming into Hill Valley, and look who I see. It's Doc Brown in the time machine, sitting in front of the clock tower. What? You gotta say hi to Doc as we turn the corner. We made it. We're on time today, too. So, I don't know. I think we're pretty good, right? We're hitting at 8 miles an hour, not 88, but, you know. Thanks, Doc. We'll make like a tree and get out of here. This area, Courthouse Square, of course, did play Hill Valley 3 different time periods, just like Bob Gale said, 1985, 55, and 2015. But we've been using it since 1940s. That's when it was originally built. Used for things like the original Twilight Zone TV series. It is Jack Black.
And self-action. Did you know the Metro sets were once the home to Hollywood's biggest star? Right here is where the original studio tour King Kong attraction resided from 1986 until 2008. He stood 30 feet tall and weighed in at 13,000 pounds. Over the years, millions of guests got to meet King Kong face to face as he shook the tram. So close you could feel his hot banana breath.
Also, Captain America: The First Avenger. They turned this into the 1940s. They came back for Agent Carter and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to their series. We've used this area for Fate of the Furious. Big chase scene with Vin Diesel was done here. We also turned it into London for Hobbs and Shaw with Jason Statham and Dwayne Johnson. There's a big motorcycle chase scene with Idris Elba that takes place in London. Some of it was shot in London, but the really risky parts were actually shot here on the lot. Both of these attractions debuted on the tour about 50 years ago, back in the 70s. So they have since retired, but we have them sitting here at the entrance to the cave that's gonna get us back to Skull Island from the 2005 King Kong.
On board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from, prehistoric times.
To set. So if you get cast on the show, this is where you check in. You check in here and they tell you, okay, just wait here and then we'll get you to set. So base camp there, every production has one. We're going to see a few actually along the way. We're kind of winding our way back through the Metropolitan set. An impressive work of art. It was something I loved getting to watch. He did the entire thing free-handed with tons and tons of cans of spray paint, and he took kind of inspiration from the movies themselves and even like artwork that was done for the posters, and you can see how he incorporated that into that piece. So really an incredible work that we have here on the lot. We're so honored to have it here at Universal. And kind of if you look back as we make the turn, you can see the whole thing. That films in 30 and 31. They're in season 26, and a competition series called The Wall. We have a little body of water here to your left that we call Park Lake. It's also called the Hollywood Ocean. Back here in 1973 is when we debuted The Parting of the Red Sea on the studio tour. You can see it here. It was inspired by the movie The Ten Commandments. And yes, Charlton Heston, the star of that movie, made an appearance at one point to part the waters for our guests. We used to drive the tram right through the middle of the lake, and we gave everyone on board a sea level view.
Overloaded. Tell them they can walk on water. It's part of the tour.
It was used in their Pirates of the Caribbean movies as Port Royale. There was a version of Cinderella done with Whitney Houston and Brandy years ago that filmed here. Also lots of TV shows. Heroes, Chuck, Alias, SEAL Team, True Blood, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Angel. So many shows have shot episodes here. But for 4 years, this was all the afterlife in our great show called The Good Place. In fact, we resurrected the yogurt shop from The Good Place just for our 60th anniversary.
You, Eleanor Shellstrap, are dead. This location, the afterlife. I've never ever seen this. You're in the good place.
I'm not supposed to be here. I can't risk going to the bad place.
Okay, well, maybe it's not all that bad.
How can I help you?
What is the bad place like?
Well, it doesn't sound awesome.
Members use member number 9, and we now have over 160,000 of us, so we owe a lot to our monster movie actors that were doing a lot of hard work back then. Now, horror is a big part of the story. We're actually going in the bottom level. It's set up to look like a subway station. So we are putting some finishing touches on this. We got paint going on the right, and then we're doing some lighting tests over to your left side. Now, we even have makeup, hair, and wardrobe set up ahead of us here on the left. And we're starting to get set up for a scene that is not only going to be filmed down here, it's actually also going to be filmed in the upper level. So you can see all the stairs around us. Those do lead to the second level of the stage, built to look like a city set. Alright, little tremor. It's okay, we get those from time to time. Just stay seated, I'm sure it's fine. Oh, okay. Still going, hold on. there on display for you. Earthquake, the big one. Been on the tour for 35 years, 1989. Spent the last year or so updating it. Kind of making it look a little bit modern inside, bringing it into the 21st century for our 60th anniversary. So all mechanical effects, and there resets itself in about 15 seconds. It, of course, inspired by the 1974 film Earthquake that starred Charlton Heston. Amity Island, the perfect vacation spot with a bit of a shark problem. You might see Amity here on your right side. Now, they have assured me as they're prepping for 4th of July, it's all good to go. They've taken care of the shark issue, and we're good to get back in the water. So I don't think we have anything to worry about here in Amity. Uh-oh. Oh, no. I spoke too soon? Oh, no. Just doesn't look good. Oh, we have our diver right there, too. It's okay. Our diver's been trained. I'm sure he knows what to do in this situation. Oh, oh no. Okay. We're gonna pull forward. It's okay. We'll keep you safe back here behind all the gasoline barrels. Oh, we attach bait to the yellow barrel on the water. Looks like the shark took it. Shark. Nice little taste of the movie Jaws. Complete with the score, of course, done by the brilliant John Williams. Jaws came out in theaters right around this time, 1975. It was a huge hit. It became the #1 movie of all time. It became the first summer blockbuster, won the Oscar for editing. Verna Fields was the brilliant editor of Jaws, and Steven Spielberg really became a household name because of the success of this movie. It did not mix well with that salt water, but we know it all works out in the end.
Welcome to the only part of the Backlot with a 100% chance of rain. The flash flood.
And there you go. Al, as always, is right. We got a bit of rain coming down, mostly on the left side here, because we're making this happen. So when we make rain happen on set, it's not going to rain everywhere. We don't want the crew and the camera equipment all getting wet. We just want the stuff to happen on camera. So that's kind of what you're seeing here. Typically, if we can, we're going to use real water. We're not going to digitally do this. It does not look the same. Especially when you have actors out in it, they need to actually show that they're getting wet because they're standing in the rain. So we will use sprinklers overhead or, oh no, we got too much water. Our flash flood coming down the hill right at us. Watch out! Woohoo! The oldest attraction here on the tour started in 1968. Used for movies like Big Fat Liar with Frankie Muniz and Paul Giamatti and Amanda Bynes, as well as Lady Gaga's Judas music video. Now, as we turn the corner, we're going to go past Amity Island one more time. You also might see the Colonial Street neighborhood to your left side. That played Wisteria Lane for ABC's Desperate Housewives for all their seasons. We're currently using it for our show Ted. The Lee family lives in a house that is on that street. And you might see the Lion Estate signs coming up here on your left. Those are the entrances to Marty McFly's neighborhood and Back to the Future. So you saw them in several different states, actually, during the films, because, of course, you saw them in different time periods. Now, those Lion Estate signs were created for the 30th anniversary of Back to the Future. That came out in 2005. It starred Tom Cruise, Dakota Fanning, Tim Robbins. As we head through, I'll play you just a little bit of what it looked like on camera. There you go. You could see the scene here and how it was used. Now, for this scene, they did get a real plane they purchased from an airport out in the desert. Each piece was shipped here separately on trucks. That whole process took months. And then they built the neighborhood around it, because the neighborhood is really a replica of a New Jersey location where they kind of shot the beginning of the scene. They shot a lot of this movie in New Jersey. It's where it takes place. So when they're running through the neighborhood at night, hiding out in a basement, that was on location. Cut to the morning, they wake up here, and that was the backlot. So obviously you can't do this type of scene on location. You kind of have to do it on the backlot. So his great production designer, Rick Carter, also worked with him in really creating this entire set. Now, we do have a piece of Hollywood history on our right. There she is, rolling away, classic part of our lot. And you're about to get a photo opportunity down the hill that is pretty classic itself. It's like literally the shot that Hitchcock got. You could stand in front of the car, the staircase, and the house from Psycho. You can also take a picture with our Hollywood sign here that we have built in the hillside. They're gonna open those gates. When they do, please watch your step. Make sure you take everything with you, including your 3D glasses, because while you may hop back on this tram, you may hop on a different one. We have trams rolling up every few minutes around the corner. So once again, watch your step. Go take some fun photos. Have fun.
Jupiter's plan. Work together to take an impossible mission and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's plan. A nostalgic, small town in Southern California. Have your picture taken just like the kids now in the 90s movie kid share. That's what this whole place is based on. No? But a little further down, you can see a brand new Smart Lasso Explorers. Built to showcase an unbelievable new live show. The tram would climb to an imaginary elevation of 12,000 feet, and the only way back to the park was through the ice tunnel, where the slightest sound could trigger an avalanche, and it always did. Redeveloped Amity Island has so much more than that, including 7 parks, entertaining millions of guests every year, including the Universal Epic Universe opening in 2025. I'm so excited. I will be there in Florida, sweating in line together. It's going to be great.
All right, and that was the Studio Tram Tour, which really is a must-do experience here at Universal Studios Hollywood. It was just so neat being able to see, first of all, where they make the films, and some of them were happening in the moment, like they were shooting for a show as we were driving by one of the Soundstages. But, you know, we got to see some classic sets like Hill Valley from Back to the Future, Amity Island, the War of the World set, like so many iconic places that we've seen on screen, but, you know, they actually exist here at Universal. In addition to that, I also really liked all of the mini attractions along the way. I mean, I was really excited to see the Jaws portion, and of course I never got to experience the Jaws ride in Universal Orlando, so it was great that I got a little taste of that here. I also found it interesting how a lot of those attractions were made into full attractions over at the Orlando park, such as the Skull Island portion and the Fast and the Furious ride. And you know what, I think they work so much better as a stop on the tour. I don't particularly love the Orlando versions of them, but here on the tour, like it's just a perfect fit. So yeah, I just really like how they did that. All right, and that is going to do it for our experience on the Universal Studios Hollywood Backlot Tour. Like I said, this ended up being one of my favorite parts of the day and is by far the one experience you absolutely have to do when you visit the park. Now, I'd say that my favorite part was the Amity Village area where you got to go by the Jaws animatronic. Unfortunately, we didn't get the best view of that, but still, just being able to see it in person, at least in some capacity, was so cool for me. And I mean, just learning about the history of filmmaking and all the different movies that were made in different sets. Like, we were going along and the guide was naming off different movies that were filmed in the sets that we were passing through, and I'm like, oh yes, I can picture that in my mind right now. I know exactly what scene they're talking about. So just being able to be present in those places was just the coolest thing ever. But what about you? What are your favorite parts of the tour? Whether you've done it yourself or whether you're basing your judgments on this video, I want to know. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, I highly recommend checking out my full vlog and review from Universal Studios Hollywood, as well as my other vlogs from my California Adventure series. I'm also going to do a couple other POVs from this park, including Jurassic Park The Ride and Secret Life of Pets Off the Leash, so stay tuned for those videos coming soon. Speaking of which, if you don't want to miss any of my future videos, first of all, make sure that you're subscribed, and second, hit that bell icon. That way you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. You can also stay connected with me on social media. I'm at ADP Parker on Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky, and at Adventures with Parker on TikTok and Facebook. As always, big shout out to my Patreon members for going above and beyond in supporting this channel. And if you'd also like to support this channel for as little as $8.20 a month in exchange for some sweet perks and bonus content, you can head on over to patreon.com/ADPParker to learn more. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, the adventures are calling. Bye!